What's up, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley, and this morning we made a 33% return in about 8 minutes. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how that trade formed, how we got into it, and I'm going to break everything down for you. Here we go. Okay, so real quick, before we get into these charts, let's just pull up my account so that you can see basically how we did. As you can see, we're up $128 today. We only had one position and it was one single trade. So we bought two put options of Apple at $2.16. Now, when you buy put options, they come in contracts, and those contracts are in units of 100. So when it says we bought one contract at $2.16, we actually bought 100 units at $2.16. So this is really $216. I bought two of those units, so it was really a $432 upfront investment. Bought those at $11.34. We sold them at $11.42 for $2.80. I sold both of those contracts, so we made, what is that, 64 cents. We made about a 33% profit on that trade, and we did extremely well in less than 8 minutes. So really great. Now, the reason it's such small numbers is because I'm practicing for my small account challenge. I am starting that in about a week's time. So if you guys are interested in seeing me turn less than $1,000 into more than $100,000, that is the goal, that is the mission. I'd love for you to join along. Please consider subscribing to the channel. That is all you have to do. Hit that like button, and here we go. So this was the summary of the trade. Let's start talking about the actual trade. So exit that. This is Apple stock on the right, and this is Apple options on the left. So I am looking at Apple stock. I am measuring Apple stock. I'm doing all of my analysis on Apple stock, and I am trading Apple options. The reason that I have it set up that way is because the Apple options trade based on the stock. They trade just like the stock, except they're much more volatile. So when Apple moves by 1 or 2%, the options are usually moving by 10 or 20%. So pretty drastic moves on the options, but it was all based off of the movement on the stock. So I watch the stock and then trade the options. That's how I've set up this little strategy. So first of all, let's look at Apple. This is the daily chart. We had a nice big gap up. So all these white lines are support and resistance from previous days, and they mean absolutely nothing to us today. So they give us no help. So today we are on our own because we've gapped up to an all-time high. When we look at Apple, you can see the first half hour and the first hour were absolutely amazing. We went from 477 all the way up to 493. So really tremendous run. And then we peaked at 493 here. We came all the way back down to 489, so about a $4 loss, and then we came back up to this 493 area, and that's where I started to get involved in the stock. So I saw this chart. This is when I kind of logged in, and I said, holy cow, okay, we've got a double top here. Something's going to happen. We're either going to have a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. Now, when I watch Apple stock, I also watch the S&P 500 chart. They move very similarly to each other, and I saw that the S&P probably wasn't going to break out or break upwards based on my technical analysis. Therefore, I wanted to play the downside on Apple so that if we get a bounce down, remember I'm playing breakouts or bounces, if we get a bounce down, I want to be able to capitalize on that play. So in order to capitalize on the downside of Apple, I don't want to short the stock because there's not enough movement there. So what I did was I bought put options. Now the put options go up when Apple stock goes down. Call options go up when Apple options go up. I bought put options that will go up when Apple goes down. So if Apple goes down and it bounces down just like it did here, as you can see, I will be making money. So what I did was I put a bracket order in place that got me in at $2.15. I had a stop loss here at about $1.70, $1.80. I got in at $2.15 right here at 11.34. You can see this white horizontal line and then this kind of gap up. So I'm pointing to this white horizontal line that's right here. This is my entry point. This is where I got in. Right here, 234, right on this big red candle down. So what happened was it's hovering at that basically double peak, that all-time high, and then we basically had a big flush down, and that is where I got into the trade. That is where I had my bracket order that was ready to execute if the stock drops. So I got into the trade, and then I basically rode it all the way out till 11.42, and as you can see here, it was basically at this first level of resistance right here on the chart. So I'll zoom into this here for you. I'm a little zoomed out. So we got in here at 1142 or 1134, sorry, and we got out here at 1142. So basically that first sort of level of resistance right here, that's where I got out, but it was big enough to give me a 33% return. So we went from $2.15 here at 1134, and then at 1142 this morning we were able to sell at $2.80. So really great trade, really phenomenal. Basically what we did was we played that bounce. I thought the stock was going to come back down. I didn't think it was going to break through again based on a couple of technical factors as well as the S&P 500. So I set myself up to take advantage when that stock gaps down. We got in on the gap. It continued to go down, and I basically implemented a trailing stop loss at 15 cents all the way up. When I saw a nice return over about $100 on this trade, I closed that trailing stop loss to about 5 cents, and then we got out at $2.80. So super happy with how that trade went. We basically made a day's worth of income here in 8 minutes trading this morning, and I'm super happy with it. So if you guys are interested in seeing any more on this, please consider subscribing. I'm starting a small account challenge here really soon. We're going to turn a really small amount into a really large amount, or at least that's the goal. Secondly, if you're interested in learning how to trade stocks or trade options, I have courses on both in the links below. And if you want to get started with Questrade because you know what you're doing already, you can get the same setup as me with $50 in free commission. If you sign up with the link below and fund your account, you get free commission, I get a little bit of kickback, everybody wins, and go out and make some money. Like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you learned something. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.